Welcome to Clever Mindset. Here's 9 of the world's most unusual attractions. 1. Nicolas Cage's tomb. Nicolas Cage is known for his eccentric behavior away from the screen, and one of the more noticeable examples of his quirks is his tomb in New Orleans. Back in 2010, the year that he turned 50, Cage purchased 2 plots in the famed St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 in New Orleans. He used the space to build a white 9-foot tall pyramid. His fans might recognize the Latin phrase on the front of the structure, omnia ab uno, meaning everything from one. The words were featured in his action movie National Treasure. The grave was a popular attraction in the cemetery, which is one of the most crowded burial grounds in the city, until authorities restricted access to the area in 2015. If you don't have a family member interred in the cemetery, you will need to join a guided tour to visit. 2. Fremont Troll. The Troll under the bridge, more popularly known as the Fremont Troll, is an intimidating-looking sculpture in the Fremont neighborhood of Seattle, under the Aurora Bridge. There have been numerous troll sightings under the bridge since the 1930s, when the span opened, and the artists who sculpted the monster in 1990 chose the subject after local residents overwhelmingly voted for it. The troll is 15 feet tall and made from concrete. It is a popular spot for visitors who take selfies, and it gained notoriety among tourists after being featured in the 1999 movie 10 Things I Hate About You. Some residents celebrate Trolloween on October 31st. During this event, people in troll-inspired costumes meet at the statue before walking through Fremont, past other art installations and street performances. Another reason the troll is attractive to tourists and locals is that you can climb on it. The concrete material is durable, and there is space behind the troll to scramble up for an elevated picture. 3. Bude Tunnel. The Bude Tunnel is in its namesake town in Cornwall, England. This acrylic glass tunnel is next to Bude's Sainsbury's supermarket. The 70-meter passage is transparent, so people can see the town as they walk along the street while protected from the elements. Its purpose is to keep customers dry as they walk between the supermarket entrance and its parking lot. You would not expect it to be the main attraction in this pretty Cornish seaside destination. However, when the Bude Tunnel was rated as Bude's #1 attraction on TripAdvisor, the UK media took notice, and the site earned a fair amount of viral attention. Perhaps the attraction is due to the length and transparency of the tunnel, or its holiday lights show. During the holidays, the long corridor is lit with LED lights that change in rhythm with holiday music. 4. Haserot Angel. The Lakeview Cemetery of Cleveland is an historic site that has the tombs America's most famous industrial-age figures, as well as the grave of US President James Garfield. One of the most well-known figures here is the Haserot Angel. It's a statue that marks the burial place of food industry mogul Francis Haserot. The dramatic, life-size bronze figure, created by artist Herman Matson in 1923, is officially titled The Angel of Death Victorious. The angel is seated and its hands rest on an extinguished torch. The most unusual feature of this statue is that it appears like it has tears running down its cheeks and onto its neck. The tears are not actually liquid. They are a discoloration caused by the aging of the bronze material that Matson used to make the statue. The cemetery is open daily, though groups of more than 12 people need permission before entering. 5. Seattle's Gum Wall. The Gum Wall is in Post Alley, a lane under Seattle's Pike Place Market. The tradition of sticking gum on the wall here started in the 1990s, when patrons of a local theater stuck their gum on the wall while waiting to get inside. At first, theater workers scrapped off the gum, but they gave up after people persisted with the practice. Eventually, the colorful additions stretched up and down the alley. Pike Place Market officials even started calling the strange decorations a tourist attraction, and Washington's governor, Jay Inslee, once said the spot was one of his favorite things about Seattle. City officials scrapped the wall and steam cleaned it in 2015 because they were concerned about the gum eroding the old brick structure. During the cleaning, they removed more than 2,000 pounds of gum. Almost immediately after they finished, people began adding new gum. 6. Island of the Dolls. Isla de las Muñecas, or the Island of the Dolls, seems like it should be in a hidden, remote location. It is actually in the Mexico City metro area, not far from the famous Azteca soccer stadium. This unusual, spooky place is defined by hundreds of dolls. The dolls, many of which have been disfigured by weathering, hang from the trees around the island, which is within a labyrinth network of canals in the Xochimilco district. The property, now run by the family of the original owner, is a major tourist attraction for people who cruise the canals. The story of Isla de las Muñecas is both disturbing and tragic. When a man named Don Julián Santana Barrera moved to the island to live as a hermit, he found a girl who had recently drowned in a nearby canal. Barrera felt haunted by the experience and began hanging scavenged dolls in the trees as a kind of memorial meant to appease the drowning victim's spirit. Barrera lived on the island for 50 years, collecting and hanging dolls the whole time. When he passed away, members of his family opened the island as a tourist attraction. 7. Hell, Michigan. The town of Hell in Michigan has embraced its strange name and the attention that has come along with it. The town's official website has clever catchphrases such as, "More people tell you to go to our town than anywhere else on Earth." A large number of tourists descended on the southern Michigan village on June 6, 2006, the day that reminded many of the biblical sign of the beast. Others come when they are in the area so that they can say that they have been to hell. Actually, the name Hell may not refer to the place of eternal damnation. Some theories about the origin of Hell, Michigan, contend that early German settlers in the area described it as Hell, which means bright or light in German. Others say that the name refers to the English word hell because early residents had to contend with extensive wetlands, numerous mosquitoes, and generally harsh conditions. The name is now embraced for tourism purposes. 8. World's largest catsup bottle. The world's largest catsup bottle in Collinsville, Illinois, does not actually contain ketchup. It was built to provide water for a nearby ketchup plant in the late 1940s. The water tower eventually became a landmark in this southern Illinois town. Actually, it became so well known among locals that when the company that owned the factory decided to sell the tower, a group of people came together to save it. They were even able to raise money for renovations and a fresh paint job. In 2002, the tower earned a spot on the National Register of Historic Places. Collinsville is along historic Route 66, so the bottle is a landmark for people taking that road trip. The tower even has its own fan club and annual festival, which takes place in June. 9. Fairy Glen. This fairy tale-like landscape is above a small village called Uig in Scotland. The area consists of gentle green hills with round tops that rise up in between small ponds. There is even a rock formation on the top of one of the hills that resembles the ruins of a castle, though it is actually just a rock formation. Some visitors think that if you press coins into the rocks in a small cave near the castle, you will enjoy good luck in the future. The odd thing about this site is that it has absolutely no connections whatsoever to fairies or fairy legends. Though the Isle of Skye has some legends involving fairies, none are related to this particular place. Tourists simply decided that this area was Fairy Glen, and the idea took off. Tour guides have apparently added stories about various rituals involving making spiral shapes with rocks and placing coins in the middle. Again, these rituals have no connection to traditional legends. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching!